What's going on, everybody? It is Hunter here, and we are back with BoogiePod episode 30. 30! It's crazy we've done 30 of these. But at the same time, it kind of feels like we've done 30. Does that make sense? I feel like we've been doing it for a while. We've been doing this for 30 weeks. You know, obviously skip a few, but 30 weeks.
Ever since football ended, it felt faster. I don't know why, though.
Yeah,
During football season, it seemed like it was longer.
Yeah, especially ever since it's just been me and you doing it. It's been faster.
Yeah.
And speaking of fast, we don't have a lot to talk about today. The big highlight will be obviously talking about UFC 274. It was a inconsistent card, to say the least. And some MLB stuff. Besides that, there ain't much to talk about. Some interesting things going on in college sports with NIL deals and stuff we'll get to. And forget to ask you like I do every pod. How was your week?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good. And, we'll get into me and Jake are what we are cursed in. College baseball pick'ems. I'm 7-14 now. We both picked the same. We only had one last time. We both picked the same, and we both got it wrong.
Wait, what? Wrong?
Yeah, wrong.
Who was it?
It was Arkansas and Auburn, and we both picked Auburn.
Yeah, whatever.
And then you're 10-12. So, but we have a chance to redeem ourselves. We got 4 series that take place all on Friday that are all 3-game series. So hopefully we get rolling here. So starting off with the first one is number 9 Texas Tech at number 3 Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Got
Yep.
that. Surely,
I agree. I'm going Oklahoma State too. Number 7 Louisville at number 5 Virginia Tech.
That's a hard one. I'll go Virginia Tech, but I could easily see that going the other way.
Yeah, I could too. I'm also going Virginia Tech though. So I feel like at those points it's just a team effort to get both of ours up. It's just bad.
Yeah.
Number 6 Miami at number 21 Florida State.
Miami.
I also got Miami. Okay, so we got the same space path here. Number 24 Vanderbilt at number 4 Arkansas.
Arkansas. They're going to probably sweep them.
Can't go against Arkansas again. So we agree all the way through in all these games. So hopefully we can go 4 for 4 and boost. You'll be positive.
It looked better.
Yeah, you'll be 14-12 if you go 4 for 4. So you'll be at least over 500. I won't, but hey, it's okay. All right, so going into college basketball, it's out of season, so we're just going to do headliners here and get your reaction and my thoughts and opinions and your thoughts and opinions on these. Starting off with the first headliner, the SEC and Pac-12 commissioners seek NIL help with their policies from D.C. So from Washington, D.C., they're looking at help with the policies of the NIL deals that are going on. What do you think about that? You think I guess the government should get involved even in that, or do you think that's an NCAA problem?
I don't think the government's going to get involved. I just think they need help with like making the guidelines, like the law, I guess, because they're going to make it like a law.
It's about the
sort
policies,
of, but for college. Yeah, it's like policies. And I don't know. NIL is a good and a bad thing because they deserve to be able to make money, like the players do. They shouldn't like be kind of poor, but then be a stud.
Yeah.
They deserve to make money, but I don't know. They opened a whole can of worms with NIL because it's weird. I don't know. It's going to take a long time for them to make it where it's fair and like how it should be, I think. It may never be that way.
It might not. It's a shame.
Yeah, it might not.
But yeah, you're right. And then the other headliner is, this is very interesting. So Wichita State, so mind you, this is basketball, so this is a relevant school, fires their athletic director after his comments of their school cannot compete with the NIL deals that other schools have. So I guess he made comments about that, and they just completely wiped him off. They fired him for it. So I'm going to ask you a question on this. You think who's in the right here? Wichita State for firing him, or the AD for just telling it how it is?
They kind of seem, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's in the right, but it seems like that was like the last straw. They might have not liked him, and then he said that, and they just sent him over the edge.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird thing to get. I don't think if that was just like a one-time thing where they made some people mad, or he made someone mad, that's kind of a weird thing to get fired over. But I also wouldn't say that, you know, if you're in basketball, because they made the tournament a year or two ago. You know, they can make March Madness in basketball.
Yeah, 100%.
Football, whatever. That's never going to happen because it's not, you know.
Yeah.
But basketball and baseball, even maybe it's possible. So I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say the school's on the right, just because AD don't need to come out and say that. So
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is turning away recruits in all sports when you say that. I mean, it might
That
be
is
true,
true.
but you don't say it. You just don't say it. It's one of those things you don't say. All right, going into college football. Some more NIL stuff. NCAA releases new NIL guidelines regarding boosters. So what this is like, so you get it. Like whenever a player, they can get boosters from these companies that help them with more money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they're saying, so their new guideline is practically that they can't do that. So they're saying no against the boosters. And from what I read, from what I got from it, they're saying no against the boosters. What do you think about that?
It's just everyone's going to be confused.
Well, I think it's
no one knows.
I think it's kind of like more like you're trying to control like an outbreak of these NIL deals. It's either you gotta be. I think you're either on one side they don't happen or all of them happen. You know, kind of deal. I don't know.
I don't think they know what they're doing either, though.
No, they definitely
I really don't.
They definitely don't.
Real quick, college football topic, just so I can say it now rather than later.
Yeah.
I saw CBS did their I guess their future mock, like 2023 mock draft.
Yeah.
And they had Will Levis going number 1, the first quarterback taken.
He's not good.
He's not good.
I don't know what people
he's not good at all.
He wasn't good at Penn State. I don't understand what the deal is. I don't get why like a whole situation about Will Levis.
He's not even like a top quarterback in the East.
No.
I can think of like 2 at least that are better, or
awful.
3 even.
I don't know what they're on.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't understand that. I thought that was funny though.
Really
People
bad.
were clowning that guy.
Kentucky's gonna get exposed this year. I can't wait for it. Okay. Speaking of Kentucky, wow. Kentucky's running back Rodriguez Jr. was arrested for a DUI this past week. That's cool.
Oh well.
Nice for him. We had another. Was it another? No, it was marijuana last week from an Alabama cornerback. So nice. I love football players. Here's something interesting about my boy Dabo Sweeney. His brother was arrested over the week on a sex charge. Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. Moving on to what I think will be the star of the podcast so far. UFC 274 was this past weekend. Like I said earlier, it was a very inconsistent card. We went from having a great fight, memorable knockout, to absolutely boring, barely stay awake.
Worst fight.
To great fight, then barely stay awake. It was just awful. So let's get our reactions. We're only going to get the reactions on the 3 main fights. So we'll start off with Chandler versus Ferguson. What are your thoughts, opinions, reaction to that fight, Jake?
Tony, I'm giving Tony a little credit because round 1, I wasn't impressed, but I was like, hey, good for Tony. He looked good. But then he got not exposed, but all-time great knockout happened to him. He got starched. You'll be saying about that knockout for 50 years. That was a all-time crazy knockout, and
yeah,
I felt bad for Tony kind of because I was like, wow.
Dana White
but
said,
Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? Yeah.
I was gonna say that Dana White said in the post press conference that Tony, the way he looked in the first round, earned him to stay, and there's too many people.
He was
like
gonna
myself. Yeah, but I like. I mean, and we'll get into who I think Tony should fight next. But I like the future for Tony. If he can fight like that, he's in good shape.
Yeah, I have a good fight for him, I think.
Yeah.
I think I know who he should fight next.
But not everybody is going to hit you with a front kick, which we'll talk about Chandler. Hit him with the best front kick ever. So, I mean, it is.
Ever. Like, most clean front kick of all time. It was
so
crazy.
Bad. That one and then Cheetos on, was it Frankie Edgar or Pedro Munoz?
Yeah, it was Edgar. Yeah,
I mean, that was pretty nasty, too. But
it didn't starch him. It just kind of put him down. I don't remember. I don't think it starched him. I think it just knocked him down. I can't remember. Regardless.
All right. Everyone's favorite fight, Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. Jake, I want you to know we are 3 days into the reign of Carla Esparza.
Hey, God. I saw some people calling for the trilogy on Twitter, but they don't realize that Esparza's up 2-0. Rose needs to sit out for a while. I think that her stock went in the floor off that fight. That was terrible. Esparza was literally there to get beat.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Because the striking thing was such a huge gap, where Rose should have not really had any problem. She didn't need to finish her, but at least just coast through it.
I think she could knock her out.
Land. Yeah, me too. Because if you're that long, and Rose knocks out way better fighters.
Yeah.
And Weili and Joanna twice, I think. Yeah. It's just sad.
Think about that. Weili, Joanna or whatever, and then Rose, and guess who the champion is? Carla Esparza.
Hey, two-time
Shameless.
champ now.
Shameless. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then the main event: Charles Oliveira versus Gaethje. Man, what a great fight this was.
Yeah. Oliveira is coming for Khabib's legacy. I think if he gets that belt back and he beats Islam, he's the lightweight GOAT.
I agree.
There's no debate in it.
No,
either.
I agree about that. If he beats
No
Islam,
debate.
he is the lightweight GOAT. I agree. No debate. I agree. No debate. 2-time lightweight champion with that'd be 4 defenses in total, right? No, it
Yeah.
wouldn't because you don't
no.
count Chandler and you don't count Islam, I guess. But
yeah, I mean you can't count Gaethje either as a defense.
oh
But
my gosh, it's so
but
shameless.
I know you can play that game. But in reality, if you look at resumes,
Which, in
all
my opinion,
Oliveira's missing.
if
he ain't missing much.
Yeah, in my opinion, if he smokes Islam, he could beat Khabib.
That ain't gonna happen though. I think he could beat Khabib right now, regardless.
I think he has a shot.
I don't know if he would. I think he'd have a great shot.
I think it'd be probably his hardest fight.
Khabib, yeah. Khabib's never. He only fought strikers.
Yeah.
Oliveira's really well rounded. So.
Hey, Hayden. All right. So let's get into what's next for these fighters. Starting with the winner of the Coco Main, Chandler, Michael Chandler. Who do you think
Chandler, the fight for him. If we're staying, I know he kind of complicated it. He called everybody out. Chandler, if I was him, I would fight Conor McGregor.
Yep, that's who I got down here.
Ideally at lightweight, though, because I love that fight. Chandler can beat anybody. I said this to you. He can beat anybody in that lightweight roster, but he can lose to every single one of them.
Yep.
Just about.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kim versus Conor is awesome. I agree with you. I prefer it at 155, but if it's at 170, you will not hear me bat an eye.
Yeah.
For 170, whatever. Anything to get Conor in there, to be honest with you. And then the loser, Tony Ferguson. Who do you think that's for him? You said you had a great fight in mind. We might have the same one.
Dan Hooker.
That's exactly who I got.
Is the fight.
Yep, I like it. I like Dan
Hooker.
Good fight. I got that pick actually off MMA Guru. He put it on there, and I was like, that's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. What a great fight.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. Idea. 5 rounds? Sure. It ain't going to be 5
Tony
rounds.
might win that one. Tony'd win that, I think, right now.
Definitely would be awesome. All right, then the champ herself, Carla Esparza. Who you got?
Oh. If Whaley and Joanna are going to fight, the winner of that.
Okay, well, I got one before her. I got Marino Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they want to rush that one in.
Yeah, she's a contender. She won her last 3 fights. And I actually think she'll beat Carla Esparza, just to be straight up honest with you. So,
probably.
Okay, what about Rose Namajunas?
One, I'd take a break. Because something wasn't right. I don't know. Get what Pat Barry out of her corner. Then I would try to fight either the winner or loser. I know I just said the winner of the Whaley and Joanna should fight Esparza, but if they're not going to do that immediately or something, she just needs to fight one of them again. I don't know. Yeah. That division's so tight knit, or just I don't really know. Just one of them.
I got an interesting name for you, Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, she could fight Mackenzie Dern.
That'd be a good full fight. I mean, why not?
Rose should win, but at this point, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's true. Jay just said, you don't hear when you bat an eye, da. And then Emma said, he hooker. All right, so what about Justin Gaethje? What do you think that's for Justin Gaethje?
Dustin Poirier.
Yes, I agree. Poirier.
Coming off losses.
Poirier.
The same guy.
Poirier, too. We got to see that. Charles Oliveira?
Yeah, the fight for him is the winner of Islam and Darush. The winner of Islam Darush is the only fight to make with Mr. Oliveira.
You ready?
Don't say Islam.
It's Islam.
That's a travesty to the sport. That's like letting Conor in there. Same level.
I want you to hear me out. Okay, just listen. No, listen to me. You gotta listen to me. All right. They're expecting Darush not to be back to the very end of the year. I do not want Oliveira to wait that long.
Me neither.
Do it, book it, and I'll tell you why. Okay? Me and you are both Oliveira fans. This is perfect for Oliveira. Best case scenario. Get Islam before he gets experience with good fighters.
Oliveira's hot as well. Like he's not missed a beat in a while
now. And here's and you might say he doesn't. You might say that he doesn't deserve to be in there with Oliveira, and I'm not going to say you're wrong. But the odds now, resume, you're right. He doesn't deserve. He doesn't even deserve to be ranked. Really, if we're going by resume, honestly, low key, he doesn't deserve to be in the top 10. But But odds, Islam's probably going to be the favorite in that fight.
Oh yeah, Oliveira's rarely the favorite in his fights now. He was against Gaethje, but
so if he's going to be the favorite, he probably deserves to be in there for the belt. No, not resume-wise. I'm not saying that
it's the principle. It's the integrity of the sport. He cannot get a title shot off Bobby Green.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you, but Khabib actually made a good
point.
Yeah,
I know.
And Khabib actually made a good point on Twitter. He said, when there's nobody else, why not? You're not going to... There's nobody else. There isn't. Oliveira's fought them all. And if Oliveira... I think it's up to Oliveira. If he wants to stay active, let him fight Islam. If he doesn't, let Islam and Dariush fight at the end of the year. It's up to Oliveira, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think... what was I going to say? Dang. I think Oliveira, I don't think he'd want to wait. I mean, if I agree catching Islam before he got experience, but Oliveira's clean house right now, so it's kind of hard. But what I was going to say, Islam really messed up. All he had to do was go in there and absolutely smoke RDA. I wouldn't be sitting here saying anything.
That's true.
He got a top win. Whatever. Go beat RDA, but he wouldn't even do that. Yeah. He completely chickened out. So that's another reason I'm like, dude, you can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
That was an easy golden ticket to go get a title shot, and he wouldn't take it.
Yep.
So I can't get down with that.
Emma said, dang it, guys, I'm tired. We don't got much longer. And Jada said, I was talking to Hunter for saying that wrong, LL. I think she was talking to Emma. So, moving on. Early predictions for the fight night this weekend. Jan Blachowicz versus Rakic. Who you got? It's a closer fight than I thought it was. Because I like making fun of Jan. But when I started getting into it, because I kind of thought back in my head, I was like, surely Jan will win that. I don't know.
Rakic is good.
I don't know if Rakic's good. But
no, he's not like great.
It's like fighting styles. It's fighting styles.
Yeah. He was supposed to fight Yuri because they were wondering if Yuri was going to wait for the title shot, and he said, yeah, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be Yuri and Rakic, but now that Blachowicz lost, I really don't know. I haven't really looked at it much. I'm going to go ahead and say Blachowicz rebounds, though.
Okay. Knockout?
He rebounds off that loss. Knockout? Let me say decision.
Okay. All right. I see that. I got Rakic in decision, so I actually think he'll beat him. I think Jan, let's be honest. Jan was like, I get he beat Izzy, but he kind of weight bullied Izzy. And his best performance, not taking anything away, he absolutely destroyed Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
But I think his time's over. I think he's old. I know we could say that about Glover, but Glover's different than Jan. He showed that in
different
their fights,
style.
too.
Yeah.
He showed that in their fights, that they're just different. So, I don't know. I think he's done. I think it's time for Rakic to get going. Jada said, it's okay, he can't read with 3 hearts. Nice. All right, going on to MLB. Okay, so MLB's news. London, the series continues through 2023. It's awesome. I like to see the American sports expand out into different ones. The Mets released Robinson Cano for $45 million. Legend Robinson Cano is, but they had to release him. He sucks. He is screaming.
Yeah, he got busted steroids.
So Rod did. He's legend. Barry Bonds, legend. Robinson Cano, legend. Robinson Cano, legend. $45 million. They were paying him too much for him to suck. So good
that's true.
Mets, I guess. MVPs and Cy Youngs. All right. So I'll go first. My MVP for the American League is Taylor Ward for the Angels. He is batting. He has a 1.165 OPS, a 364 batting average with 6 home runs. And my National League MVP is Manny Machado. He has a 1.102 OPS, a 385 batting average with 7 home runs. What do you got?
Yeah, my National League was Manny Machado as well, barely beating out Arenado. In American League, I'm still gonna go Mike Trout, even though Ward. I wonder if Ward's even qualified. I wonder if he's having enough at bats yet.
I don't know
because I've never heard of him. I wonder. But regardless,
right, moving on. Cy Young. My Cy Young American League is Logan Gilbert. He has a 1.36 ERA. No, wait, I lied to you. No, I didn't. He has a 1.36 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP, and he's 4-0 is his record. My Cy Young for National League is Pablo Lopez. He has a 1 ERA, a 0.89 WHIP, and he's 4-1 in his record.
Yeah, I have the same.
Okay.
Two. They're easily the best 2 pitchers right now in the entire MLB.
I got a question for you, Jake. This is a side. I don't even have this on my paper real fast, but because we have nothing for NFL. And then if any of you guys have any questions related to sports, ask them now. We'll answer. But do you think that pitchers should be allowed to win the MVP?
pitchers? They should be allowed, yeah.
Think so?
When they have Clayton Kershaw won one not long ago. Yeah,
I
but you have to be like, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
They have their Cy Young. Let them be it. They shouldn't
Yeah,
get MVPs.
that's like their MVP award, kind
It
of.
is. Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed to win the MVP. You can't compare a position player and a pitcher. Two different things. No way.
That is true.
Separate awards.
I agree with that, but I don't know. I think they should be allowed. It should just be really hard.
Yeah.
Because it obviously is because they never win it. But
yeah. All right. All right. So you got any questions for me, Jake? If there anyone's typing in there.
I have an NFL one, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to count Kenny Pickett because he's guaranteed to start pretty much. Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral. No one really is sure, so they're going to start or not. Who would you say has the best career out of those three?
Best career?
Yeah,
Ooh.
best career because it's hard. They all might be career backups or out of the league. It's a hard guess. That's why I asked. Because I think Kenny Pickett he'll start and have a couple year career at least. But
Now, if you ask me who do I think has the best chance of starting out of those three, I'd say Desmond Ridder.
he will probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
Depends.
best career, I'll say Malik Willis. Going to the best team. Set there for a year.
Yeah,
if worse.
I think his ceiling is like Kyler Murray, but a little lesser.
Yeah.
That type of deal.
I agree. All right. So Jada said, it's not a sports question, but it's okay. We'll answer it anyways. We're all around here. Prediction. She said prediction of the rating for the K. Dot album this week. Did you listen to that song, by the way? Did you listen to that song?
I did listen. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked
8.5.
it. It was different. 8.5.
I liked an 8.5. I'll go 8. I feel like 8's solid. I'm trying not to get my hypes up because it'll automatically be like it. When I get my hypes up, I'm always disappointed, so I'm not getting my hypes up.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll do it for us, guys. Jake, you got anything else to say?